threesome. And so, I mean, actually, a pretty young force. Yeah, at this point, there's nobody
That's what I hear. That's what I heard from the teenagers of this town.
Oh, yeah.
All the cool guys have left.
Oh,
They have to
yeah.
deal with the hard-nosed cops.
And actually, we have nobody internally that's even cheap material. They don't have years of experience or interest, I should say. So, you know, it's not like we could just bring somebody up in there. So we need kind of a transition here to.
But it's going to stick around.
And we'll hire, you know, we'll hire from outside the department, obviously, the new chief by next June 30th.
So the pension gets, the pensions are, go on forever?
Well, yeah, they obviously, but our pension fund is 100% funded.
I know, but still, it's, you know, it's money.
That's not recycling.
That's not recycling, yeah. It's recycling money. Yeah, recycling police chief.
Is there any way, any kind of crazy way that we could have island rubbish, pick up everyone's rubbish, and everyone has their taxes reduced or something by it? You know, in other words,
I thought about that.
peculiar pay.
Yeah. I think that is worth looking at. I mean, I haven't figured out. Conceptually, I think it can work. Politically, that's another thing. People say, all right,
So when you go out to
you
bid,
really reduce my taxes, right? Government never reduces my taxes. They just, say that they're going to reduce the fee over here, and then they're going to reduce my taxes and so forth, or they're going to increase the fee and they're going to reduce my taxes. So it needs to be obviously carefully structured and yet they quantified so that people truly understand that if I had a reduced bill over here in terms of my monthly private hauler collection costs, that also I'm going to see, or if I'm going to have an increase over there, I'm going to have a decrease over here. But given the way that we have a split system now, I think that's the only way any significant change can occur.
that would get around the bidding, right? Get that?
I don't know about that part.
So it has to be a bid process.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no way
But
around
weren't we
that.
saying
Anything over
earlier,
$10,000.
we're saying
by state law
earlier,
has to be bid.
there's no reason somebody else couldn't come and bid it right now, but they're not doing it.
True.
So,
But I had, nobody else is, in part because obviously they see that this customer base that Island Rubbish has, which is 100%, you know, on the residential side, trying to make inroads into that. They've obviously made a corporate decision that it's not worth it. But certainly it's free market, and they could do that in a, where all that's packaged together as one
That's totally different.
potential present, then it's a totally different deal. Waste Management called me 2 years ago, I believe, and asked me when we were going to bid solid waste collection in Jamestown. And I said, well, we don't, it's a private market, private subscription service. And they said, oh, okay, thank you. So they were interested in a municipal bid situation.
so they're almost safer if we don't go to that.
There's nothing to prevent them from.
Oh, absolutely. There's nothing to prevent them from coming in, but they haven't, to my knowledge, they haven't, I'm sure they've done some market studies, because obviously the market is, potential is there, but, you know, we can only see what's happening.
Now, you bid up to pick up the recycles, I mean,
Yep, and that contract is up as of June 30th of this next fiscal year, a year from now.
2011.
So we will be doing that.
and you have competition in that?
Yeah, I think we only had 3 bidders last time, but
But they won the bid.
yeah.
And were they given that 10% thing
No.
doesn't hold true for that, or it does?
No, we don't practice that, or we have not adopted a policy to do that. We could adopt a policy to do that, but we haven't, and it wasn't, you know, did not affect the outcome of that bid as far as the award.
Well, okay, so the bag program, we're in limbo, 100% pickup by island rubbish, we need to study that a little bit more. What are the other options that we have open to us?
We
were gonna-
had an outside meeting here last month, or whenever that was, because we couldn't get in the building. But Steve was here, and he said he could dump all the restaurants' recycling under residential recycling.
That's supposed to, according to the Rhode Island Resource Recovery
So-
contract with the town.
Right, technically. Well, so,
Legally.
What would
Yeah.
that do?
well, we could have all
Most are
the,
recyclables.
a lot more recyclables.
Why is that not allowed to, why is he not allowed to dump the recycles from the commercial properties under the town?
Because the tipping fee rates and incentives are based
Based on
upon
that?
residential side
And
only.
did that email today say Forgetty was not residential either?
Right, that's commercial. And we
Because,
pay commercial account fees.
Why is that considered commercial? Because it's revenue generating?
Oh, wait a minute, actually, you know what? I gotta just correct that. The residential refuse, recyclables, that can be counted because obviously
Because he's
it's
doing-
residential
he
trash.
said that was going
It's
really
just like
well.
It's just like summer residents that come in, that occupy some of the households. But the
So
trash,
We're curious to see what our
the
rates
solid
would
waste is
be.
dumped as a commercial account because we pay the commercial rate to Island Rubbish
Mhm.
for that, which is good because it's holding down.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's not a good number.
So the recycles can be
Recycle.
put under the
Right.
town, but the trash is.
Right.
And he knows that, right?
And then I have a.
He's doing that, I believe, for Forgetty. Didn't he?
The
say-
recyclables,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Like we
Yes, he
put
did.
up a whole, we paid
Right.
$1,000 to have that bottles and paper stuff.
We need to have recycle bins at the pavilion. There are none.
No, good point. And then there's
And we
probably
have a
two
large
bottles
party
too.
there. There's
Right.
only the trash barrels there, no recycle area.
Good point.
But the point of this committee is primarily to increase people's recycling.
Right.
Yeah.
Household limits,
Household.
right. Primarily. That's where the biggest bang for the buck's gonna come from.
But if we can educate people on what they can recycle at the transfer station, that would be one thing, but we can't do that if there's no signs and so on and so forth, you know?
Yeah, and these are all important adjustments to the way we do business. But the biggest deal is that I think the bag and tag thing, somehow figuring out what where you implement a program like that, this is where we're gonna see the biggest success.
Yeah, I was a little amazed when I saw this thing that, it had, we were over our cap. I was over our cap, 185.
We're gonna end up the year, by my estimate, the fiscal year, which is what the 12-month period is that the Rhode Island Resource Recovery uses for the rate calculation, by probably about 150 tons total. Now, interestingly, that's the number that I've asked them to increase our, it's
Because some residents-
so it coincides, yeah. And so if it was in effect for the current fiscal year that's ending, we would be right where we should be as far as the cap goes. So so that's not
What
bad.
was their response when you asked them?
Yes, they would do it, but they haven't given confirmation.
What are you asking them to do?
They look at our total number of residents as the permanent residents.
Right.
Okay,
And we have a large seasonal population.
right.
And so we need to get that seasonal population added to our total residents, so when they calculate the cap, it becomes higher.
Oh, I see, they don't have a correct